Those of you that know me and that have been following my videos for a while now know that I'm all about understanding what makes me tick and what makes the world and human beings in general tick. Why do we react the way that we do? Why do we have the perceptions that we do of ourselves and of what we can do and achieve, or what the world is like? Is the world supportive or is the world scary? So how do we get these perceptions? So from my experience, they are often many times set up from childhood. So the stress and anxiety that we're all feeling now in the world, how we cope with that, how we deal with that, is set up in what we learned as children how to cope. So we observed our parents in their stressful moments. We observed them pushing it down, or we observed them judging themselves for having these emotions that they couldn't deal with. So we've learned through that observation how to cope with such a moment like now, what we are going through in the world. Izutushtokoga atsaki kokombakatiko onde sakamaki rika chokototarikika. Ezotushtaka mokoka. Se etikuka chike eso be teka ambakatotateka. Ezochika ase etokushtaka makaka. Se etiko akato kokota tabakotirikamba peteshtakomba. Izokotoshtaka akakakakakakakakakakaka. So, how do we cope with our emotions as an adult? Well, we cope with them how we were taught to cope with them as a little kid, through direct instructions from parents. Don't feel that, don't do that, be quiet, be good, don't make a noise. Or we learned how to cope with stress and anxiety and anything that was a bit overwhelming by observing how our parents cope with it. So in the here and now, how we're dealing with what's happening in the world is really an opportunity to explore why we deal with our emotions that way. So the only way to explore them, the only way to get a handle on them, is to go through them. Not to ignore them, not to push them down. Now, the little kid learned to do that as a survival mechanism, as a coping mechanism, which is absolutely necessary, because as a kid, we don't have the ability to analyze or assess or take a look, sort of an objective perspective of what we're going through. So the little kid, in order to survive, pushes off those emotions, but they're still having an effect. So what we should be doing, or what I would encourage you to do, is to sit with that anxiety, sit with that stress, get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. The only way is through. It's better for our body physically to go through it rather than suppressing it and holding it down. And it's better for the people in our environment too, because they can feel it. So what I would suggest you do is to sit down and breathe and feel and be brave. Be brave on behalf of that little kid inside of you who didn't have anybody to stand next to them and hold their hand while they were feeling these emotions. Etustakama katushtekama kiketsuyatama kekatsa. Etukustakama, etukustakama, etukustakama. So I have a link below this video, and I am creating a mailing list. And this mailing list is a new thing for me. I haven't been organized. I've just done videos on an ad hoc basis. I haven't been attempting anything formal, but I think that the world needs some help, and I want to contribute my help, small or large that it is. I want to contribute. So I'm going to be sending out through this email list some free video recordings, meditations, or audios, blog posts, things that I think will help people in the world with what's happening. I'm also going to be releasing a workbook, and this workbook is a compilation of all of the exercises or processes that I myself use and that I take my clients through to help them cope with any emotion that seems overwhelming. So I urge you to sign up and to get on this list. And when that book is available, I'll let you know. Zikuta kamokote stakushta kamakate kaya. Sokota boko chika atakukata ukamo otek unget suko chikamokataya. Is it tushta kongomba sekeka seko seko ushte stashtombako de gamba. Izotoshta kamaka. Ezotushta kamaka bokote sikotash de komakotosh de kama. Idej tunda kamakike sa ako che esa utakomoketa. Izotushta kamokota itoka e tukoka chiko ose itakamakike. What I'm getting is, as I'm saying these words, is that it's time that there is a merging of these two different worlds. The worlds of practicality, the worlds of processes, and the worlds of the spirit, of higher frequencies and dimensions. That this, what I am bringing is I am merging these two worlds. I'm somebody that is a lot in my head. I am somebody that is an intellectual in a way. That was part of my coping mechanism, my survival mechanism, because both of my parents were intellectuals. And so for me to be loved, to be cared for, I had to be able to communicate with them on their intellectual level. But at the same time, I have a very deep spiritual stream within me, a connection to God and to source and to frequencies in nature. So where we're going to in this, how we are going to get where we're going to, we have to bring these two worlds together. Ziondaki kamotoshta katatseke kotsaka atseke kamakateka zokotoshta kamokotsake etsiki tsukochika ase tukugomba etukushtaka ma akote se ikotaka. And breathe. Zasuyataka mokotse itsaka okotseki kamba atekeka. So thank you for listening. Sign up, get on this mailing list. I'm totally open to producing content that directly in relation to what you would like. So please contact me, pop a comment underneath here. Anything that you want specifically addressed, I will do my best to do so. So take care and love and blessings to you.